What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about why I'm not going to buy an A7R3. So I've been filming on the A7S II since 2015 when it came out, every single day. And I love that camera. I use it all the time. I've got some attachment issues with that camera. And now we've got the A7R3, which has a backlit sensor, so it has just as good low light capabilities as the A7S II, but it has 42.4 megapixels instead of 12.4 megapixels. So that's a lot of megapixels for photos. You know, it's going to help with video some. It's sharper. It's got better autofocus. It's got a lot of improvements. But for me personally, I make YouTube videos and I make a lot of pictures on Instagram. And when you have that small of a form factor like a phone, you don't really need 42.4 megapixels. So for me, I kind of like a softer image, especially when I'm taking portraits of people. And the thing with the 12.4 megapixels in the A7S II is they're larger megapixels. The sensor size is the same. So these larger megapixels let more light in, and they give you kind of a softer image for portraits. And I really like the way portraits look on the A7S II. I'm going to show some pictures that I took on the A7S II and talk about, a little bit more about the differences between these cameras. The autofocus is one of the main things that's improved on the A7R3, but do I really want to sell my camera for around $2,000 and buy a $3,000 camera? The thing about the A7S II that I have is I've been using it for years, and I've got all the scratches and all the scuffs already, so I'm not really scared to hurt the camera when I'm out filming skateboarding. I film stuff that's very rough on the camera, so it's more like stuff that you would use a GoPro for, something like indestructible like that. So it's nice to have a camera with some scratches and scuffs for that sort of thing. There's faster continuous shooting on the A7R3, and all those basic things are improved. They have sensor shift technology. That's something new on the A7R3. I just did a video about the A7Riii, and that camera is great price, and it's got almost everything that the A7R3 has. So that might be the camera from the majority of people that are getting into Sony full frame cameras to check out, because that's probably the best deal. The A7R3 is more for real professional photographers that need a little bit more when it comes to megapixels and stuff like that. So the slow motion, these new cameras with a 3 at the end, they don't crop in on their 120 frames a second like the A7S II does. Also, any of these cameras with the 3 at the end, they've got the touch screen. They've got a little joystick and touch screen, and it allows you to get a lot more out of the autofocus system. So larger batteries, the batteries do not live that long on the A7S II. They die pretty quickly. And the new batteries are much better. So maybe one day I will upgrade my camera. But right now, I'm pretty happy with the A7S II. It's been a great camera. I love the colors. I love the dynamic range, the slow motion and everything. And I've really loved the Sony system since 2015. So if you guys like this kind of video, just reviews on different cameras, and just videos about what I'm learning as I grow as a filmmaker, then hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.